When your mind is stressed, your mind is very easily influenced. There's a great book called The Influential Mind, and it was a great example from this book I'd like to share with you. It takes September 11th, 2001 in New York City, one of the worst terrorist attacks of all time. The day after those terrorist attacks, the stress in New York City is at an all-time high. It takes only one person to run and scream to get hundreds to do the same. Now, if you take that same person one day prior to the terrorist attacks, what will you get? You'll get a lot of New Yorkers looking at this person running and saying, just another crazy New Yorker. Your mind does not respond well to stress. As a survival mechanism, your mind uses stress as a way to be influenced by the majority. So what these IKA experts do is they throw around words like cancer, disease, death, even get your family involved at times. And that's how they get you. Now, because of my social media fame, I find myself at a very interesting crossroads between marketing and medicine. A marketer's job is to sell product or to push a brand, and they do so by studying your human psyche to figure out what the best way to accomplish that. They often pair celebrities with products in order to get better results, because they know that when you hear advice from a familiar face, they'll sell more product. I'm going to be honest with you here today. I've received some of these offers in near 7-figure totals to support the IKA products. Me, imagine what a true celebrity gets if I'm being offered these deals. Forget that. Imagine what these companies make from IKA products that they're able to pay these huge sums of money. Look, I get it. We live in a fast-paced world. We want quick answers and even faster results. But before you go on this desperate search for answers and shortcuts, let's talk about what a true expert is. A true expert not only looks at the current, most up-to-date scientific evidence, but also looks at history as a guide. How many times have you heard doctors go back and forth on the health benefits and risks of coffee? Something we all drink every day. In 1981, the New York Times published a study that said 2 cups of coffee increased the risk of pancreatic cancer. In 2017, we claimed that coffee extends your life. Doctors used to advocate smoking as a stress reliever. We used to believe that bloodletting, aka letting a patient bleed out, was a way to cure an infection. This doesn't mean that doctors are not smart. What this means is that expert opinion is and should be considered the lowest form of evidence. That is what our job as a true expert is, to explain that to the general population. Take any PhD in this room and they'll all tell you the same thing. The more years they've spent studying a subject, the more they realize they don't know. The more questions you have, because the more questions you have, that's the sign of intelligence. Now look, this isn't just a theoretical discussion where we're going to talk about